thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on pills, potions, supplements, West African remedies for herpes. That's what my coaching client spent before she came across me. Now, you don't actually need a cure. Whether it's out there, who knows? You need a new identity. The reason I say this is because she, for years, tried to cure herself, tried to make her numbers go down, or tried to stop her outbreaks, or tried to, homeopathically rid your body of the virus. And while there is some definite benefits to making the virus more dormant or reducing your symptoms so you stop having so many outbreaks, the version of you that is constantly in a state of, I am broken, I need a fix, I need a cure, is never, ever, ever going to thrive. What you do need, however, is a new identity. You need to start flipping the switch and saying, I hope one day a cure comes out, but as of right now, I don't have access to that. So I'm going to focus on habits, actions, thoughts, investing money into the version of me that is going to thrive despite this. So there's a key little shift there from I'm broken, I need a fix. I'm going to focus all my energy on how do I get rid of this thing? And the issue is that in the process of getting rid of this thing, you're in the headspace where you can't date because you have this. You aren't nice to yourself, which means you want to avoid having this because for some reason, if you get rid of it, you'd feel better. And yeah, maybe that is the case. But in a world where it's going to be very hard to get rid of this, at least reliably, put your time and energy into the flip side, which is things you can control, which is navigating a new identity where this no longer holds you back. And if you're sitting here being like, but that's impossible. It's not impossible. If you want a quick little 3-step process, the first link in the description is a video to help you guys out. You can overcome this. You can get back to dating. You can get rid of the shame. You can wake up every single day and no longer have those ruminating thoughts about, what does this mean for me? Or I don't want to be judged, or this is my secret to keep. And when she came across me and she finally realized that I need to take all of my eggs out of the curing basket and put it into the focusing on overcoming my diagnosis basket, a lot of things immediately changed. And I'll be totally honest. I didn't know how much hope I had for her. Some people are way too down in the dumps for years. And it's almost like ingraining negativity, ingraining that you can't do this, ingraining that you are broken, compared to someone who gets diagnosed for a couple months or a couple weeks and then starts to go on the right path. But I was pleasantly surprised. And she took some baby steps. She told a close male friend and got her first good reaction. She had told no one. She went in, told her good male friend. He gave a positive reaction. She's like, well, that was easy. That was good. Let me build some momentum. Let me try and, be nicer to myself. Let me reduce the amount of things I'm taking as a safety measure or as a desperation to cure myself. And let me focus more on taking things to help myself feel healthier, or going back to the gym, or being nicer to yourself, positive affirmations, looking in the mirror, visualizing the version of you that isn't stuck, and then acting as that person, even if it feels like an imposter. And you start day by day to have that momentum. Now, this isn't going to work if you still hold on to the version that you are right now. Now, the good news, though, try to understand this. You can't actively just magically fight against who you currently are, but you can step into a different version of yourself, a new identity. And I think it starts with identifying who that person is. So I always say this, but get a journal and write down the idealized version of yourself, and then tomorrow become that version. And I do emphasize that if you do want to work on this, go through a 3-step process, get knowledgeable about the virus, detach from the stigma, build back your self-confidence and your self-image with thoughts and actions and beliefs that are going to serve you, and then take those 2 steps into disclosure and learn how to make it effortless by just simply being a person where disclosure isn't difficult. So if you can imagine that a version of yourself that disclosure is effortless for would be someone who just knows how common it is, knows how to inform their partner, and doesn't take someone else's criticism personally. So then you can move forward and actually become this version of yourself where you don't need a cure anymore. You don't need to spend all your money on supplements. You can actually start investing into going forward instead of sort of investing into I'm stuck. Let me get unstuck. Let me get unstuck. If you do want some extra help, first link in the description box. See you in the next video.